The first Mission Impossible movie came out back in 1996. Since then, the film has turned into a franchise, putting out 8 movies in the 25 years since the first one was released. The 7th film is set to release in 2022, and the 8th one a year after. So let's dive into some Mission Impossible 8 fan theories and news we know about so far. First, let's discuss the 7th film. As with the 2 other films that came out before it, Mission Impossible 7 will be written and directed by Christopher McQuarrie. The film, which was originally supposed to be released July 23rd of 2021, was pushed back to November, and then it was pushed back even further to May 27th of the following year. And the final date for Mission Impossible 7 was set for September 30th, 2022. The film's cast contains the same ensemble of characters: Henry Czerny, Rebeca Ferguson, Vin Rames, Simon Pegg, Frederick Schmidt, and Vanessa Kirby. As made very clear by the many times the movie's pushed back, the production of this film has been subject to many delays, but the film finally finished filming early September, around a year before it was set to officially be released. There's no official trailer for the movie, but in an interview, writer and director Christopher McQuarrie said that there's an actor they were talking to that they would like to work with. Not naming names, McQuarrie said that they were talking to them before. As he put it, the world blew up. McQuarrie said that due to everything that happened, they don't know where that stands. Next, let's discuss the unique filming. If there's one thing Mission Impossible creators don't do, it's reveal more than they want to with trailers or interviews. This is evidenced with the addition of Cary Elwes, the English actor known for his role as Dr. Lawrence Gordon in the Saw series, being confirmed to be in the movie. The character he's playing isn't known. There's not much insight at all as to who the character will play at all. Elwes hasn't given any insight on his character either, but he has discussed some of the unique experiences that came from filming the movie. During filming, director Christopher McQuarrie had found himself contacted, which is when there's a possibility that one was around somebody that had the virus. Because of this, McQuarrie had to distance himself from the rest of the cast and crew. This didn't stop McQuarrie from directing the movie though. McQuarrie directed the film virtually from his computer. Talking on the subject, McQuarrie said he managed it, but that doesn't mean that he wants to do it again. McQuarrie, while not letting too much about the new movie, said that this one's going to be the biggest mission of them all. Next, we're going to take a look at the 8th Mission Impossible film. Mission Impossible 8, which is set to be officially released July 7th, 2023, is still in the process of filming. The 2 films are supposed to film back to back, but this changed because Tom Cruise, the star of the Mission Impossible films, is needed for promotional duties to promote the new sequel to Top Gun. The film he starred in back in 1986 is being brought back and will require a large majority of Cruise's attention. The original cast will be reprising their roles just as they did in the 7th one. Unlike the 7th one, there was another cast member that was hinted at coming back, and that is Henry Cavill as August Walker, which many fans were both very excited and pleased to see be hinted at. McQuarrie said that he wanted this film, which is shaping up to be a direct sequel to the movie before it, as was the deal with Fallout and 7, to be even more intense than the previous film, which is his goal for all Mission Impossible movies, saying that his goal with 7 and 8 is to swallow the last 3 movies whole. Let's discuss some theories around the film. Spoilers ahead. When it was announced in 2020 that Tom Cruise would be going to space to film scenes for an untitled movie, one fan took to Reddit to theorize that the film he was shooting was the 8th and final Mission Impossible film. Unrelated to Mission Impossible, Cruise was on track to being the first actor to shoot a scene in space until it was announced that the Russians were filming in space for the Challenger. Going back to Mission Impossible, in Mission 6 we learned of the Syndicate, which is a powerful international terrorist organization. It has been highly theorized that from the very first movie, Ethan Hunt has been fighting against the Syndicate. Fans took notice of the Syndicate's interests, which include infiltrating spy agencies and getting members of their team to switch over, along with destroying the system. Fans quickly realized that this is a trait we've seen within villains from the previous 2 films. Another theory is the return of Henry Cavill's August Walker. Those who have seen the movie are likely confused. The character not only suffered a life-ending fall, but a hook to the head. How can he still be alive? This could be possible with the trick mask that had been shown throughout the series. Next, let's discuss Tom Cruise's dangerous stunts. One thing that Tom Cruise is known for with Mission Impossible is his lack of stunt double. Tom Cruise always has done his own stunts in the Mission Impossible movies, and in each of the films, he tries to outdo the one that came before it. Well, it seems as if this time he's done it again. Pictures were shown of Cruise getting into a bright yellow warplane. He then climbed out of his seat on the plane and hung onto the wing as it nosedived as the plane did a loop-de-loop. He sat upright on the wing of the plane. This isn't the first time he was covered in the news over stunts. Cruise made headlines when he was doing a stunt for Mission Impossible 6 that required Cruise to chase Henry Cavill. The scene required him to hit the side of the wall and pull himself over, but things didn't go according to plan when Cruise's leg hit the wall and he ended up breaking his ankle. The stunt was dangerous, but as stated, Cruise always wants to go above and beyond. Cruise said one of the stunts on the 7th film was the most dangerous he's done. With his above and beyond mindset, there's no telling what the stunts for the 8th film will hold. Let's discuss the feud between Mission Impossible and 007. The origins of both 007 and Mission Impossible chart back to the 1960s with somewhat similar plots. They were both released in the 90s, with GoldenEye in 1995 and Mission Impossible in 1996. Of course, there are differences. 007 has had many different actors in the main character spots of James Bond, while Mission Impossible has focused on Ethan Hunt, a character who was not on the original show and created solely for the new one. Fans of both Mission Impossible and 007 are constantly at war. Which of the two action-packed franchises is better? Fans have even speculated that the reason Mission Impossible stopped using numbers in their titles is to avoid complications when they reach the 6th one, as Mission Impossible is usually abbreviated to MI. Colin's 6th film would be MI16 and would bear connection with MI16, which is the secret intelligence service in the James Bond films. The main reason fans from both sides love to compare them is simply because they're very popular spy films. There are many differences between them, such as the fact that Mission Impossible scrapped the Phelps storyline and focused on Hunt, as opposed to 007, which has been focusing on Dr. No and Spectre for 50 years. Finally, let's talk about other Mission Impossible 8 news. There was a bit of confusion when pictures were released of Mission Impossible star Tom Cruise at a baseball game. Fans have said that Cruise appeared more puffy than he usually looks. Fans of the veteran actor all assume that he had either gained weight, primarily in his face, or he had gotten a face full of filters, but were happy to breathe a breath of fresh air when the pictures of the actor doing one of his stunts was released to the public and he was looking like his normal self again. In other Tom Cruise related news, another legendary movie he was the star of is making its way back to the big screen. The sequel to Top Gun Maverick, is set to release May 27, 2022, 6 months before the scheduled release of Mission Impossible 7. With the new Top Gun film, the 2 Mission Impossible movies, and the untitled film he's going to shoot in space, Tom Cruise is going to have a very busy next year, and we'll no doubt be seeing him on talk shows and in trailers all the time, counting down the days until the release is. Tom Cruise will be very busy in this coming year, and fans of his are going to be happier than they could have ever been. The films are no doubt going to be huge. The wait and the anticipation mixed with the connection people already have with the characters. Which one are you most excited to see released? What's the best Mission Impossible movie in your opinion? Let us know down below.